What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Basketball Wives. This is season 11, episode 2, and the episode is titled Homewreckers. So, we first start this episode off with Evelyn meeting up with Shawnee, another person that we don't need back on the show, but she's here. So, Shawnee is now living in Houston. She has her pastor husband. Her life is good. So, Evelyn, she says that things have been rough for her because of the situation with Vanessa at the party. Evelyn is upset because this woman called her a homewrecker, and for some reason, she feels bad because Vanessa's husband is a cheater and she has a bad haircut. I can't lie, it is a little psychotic that Vanessa has all this energy for Evelyn, but it's like, girl, you need to take all that energy and put it into your trifling ass husband. Because the way he cheating on you left and right, that's the real problem. But they didn't really talk about much. Let's slide on over to Jackie. She meets up with Vanessa or whatever, and Jackie was so surprised that Vanessa had all this heat for Evelyn because she never mentioned that to Jackie. So now Vanessa, she's like, I don't like homewreckers. We don't do side chicks. All of this stuff. And I'm just like, girl, again, you have all this heat for Evelyn, and this ain't even your battle, okay? So now Jackie is like, I think you guys should have another conversation. No, I don't think there needs to be another conversation because we're not going to get nowhere. And don't worry, we had the conversation a little bit later. I'll get there. So we get this random conversation between Brittany and Jacille. And these two, I feel like they are younger. They seem to have a bit more fun in life. And they may have, a budding friendship. But I don't think we're going to see a lot of that because we're going to get so much of the old ladies here. We're not going to see much of the new girls and their lives. But we'll see how the show goes. So we see Evelyn. She's talking to her fiance, Levon. So they are doing this whole long distance relationship, and she feels pressured to get married to this man. Now keep in mind, she met this man on a reality show. They only got to know each other maybe for 6, 7 weeks? A month and some change? So now, I feel like they are just now starting to really date. So they're doing this long distance thing, and here's the thing. This man lives in Atlanta, and honestly, I am so tired of reality stars dating regular fucking people and then expecting those people to pack up their lives to chase them around. Here's my thing. Because we haven't seen this with Kenya Moore. No offense to Kenya, but I honestly feel like Kenya and Mark's relationship probably would have worked out had they not had long distance. I really do. Because the version of Kenya that Mark originally got was not the villain that she was on Housewives. And you cannot tell me no different. When Kenya was with Mark, she was still playing that villain role because she was going against Nene. She's not the Kenya that she's showing today. As for Evelyn, girl, you need to figure out another reality show to do or something because you need to go spend time with your fiance. It doesn't make sense. You expect for this man to pack up and chase you around when your job is social media as an influencer and a reality star? You don't really want this man. You don't. And it is very clear. So they plan on meeting up later on. At some point, Levon is going to come to LA. Again, Evelyn, you just can't seem to make it to Atlanta, can you? Nonetheless, let's move on. We see Brooke and Evelyn. These two, I guess they are really about to prove to us that they are friends. They talk about the party. Evelyn, she lets Brooke know that Brittany, she's going to be joining them for lunch. And honestly, I can already tell that Brooke is not feeling this girl. You can already tell. Especially when she was like, yeah, this girl has done some questionable things on the internet. So we see Brittany arrive. First of all, what the hell was that squat that she did to open up the door. I was like, girl, who opens the fucking door like that? Strange. Nonetheless, she arrives, and I just have to say this. Her makeup choice in the confessional looks crazy. I don't know who did her makeup, but it looks bad. So she gets to the table or whatever, and they start talking about how her co-parenting situation with her baby daddy is very rough for her. And then we learn that this man is 6 years younger than her. I said, oh, okay, that's different. Yeah, there wasn't really much to this scene. Honestly, it wasn't really much to the episode until we got to the end, but we'll get there. So now we see Brittany, she's talking to her mom, Jody. So we learned that she left her baby daddy when the baby was about 2 months old. And they talk about how she had to choose herself over a relationship. Now, kudos to her for that, because I feel like a lot of women, especially when they are dating NBA players, entertainers, all of that, they never want to let go of those men because they don't want to let go of that lifestyle. So good for her for choosing herself, right? So she goes on to talk about how she met up with some of the ladies, who cares? But she also says that she came to LA with no plan. She just came here for opportunity. And I'm like, yeah, the opportunity was to be on this show, but like, what else do you have going on? No offense, girl, but I'm just curious, like, what is your everyday life like? Like, what are you doing on a random Tuesday, girl? Like, do you have like another business? Like, show us something. But she ain't got nothing to show us. And y'all, I cannot lie, I gave her mama a super side eye because it was all in the tone and the way she said, so are you open to dating another basketball player? It was giving a tinge of gold digger. I couldn't really tell where mama was coming from. But yeah, I was like, it's giving a tinge of gold digger. But y'all, let's move on. We have Evelyn. She actually arrives to see Shawnee because Shawnee's going to receive an award from the Ladylike Foundation. And we learned that Evelyn and her fiance had premarital counseling with Shawnee and her husband. I don't know what qualifications that Shawnee have. I don't know if she got those qualifications just now because she's a first lady. I'm not really sure. But I think that's interesting to do marital counseling with your friends. That's a little weird. But whatever. Evelyn, she says that she's struggling and she has anxiety. And she's questioning everything about Levon. Girl, I just think you don't like this man. Like, be for real with yourself. He's not a baller. He's not an entertainment. He's nothing that you dated before because you don't date regular men. Just say you don't like him and move on. So Jackie, she gets there to the same event, and Jackie is like, listen, I did not know about the issues between Vanessa and Evelyn, especially when I suggested that y'all can maybe meet up, and I thought y'all was going to be friends. So, of course, Jackie suggested, oh, well, you guys can have another conversation. Evelyn wants no parts of that. Evelyn wants no parts of seeing Vanessa again. And honestly, I can't blame her because, girl, you out here trying to fight a battle that's not even yours, and I'm cool with the baby mama. So your energy is completely off. So as we see Jackie and Evelyn go sit down, we meet a new girl by the name of Clayana. I was like, okay, clearly this girl must not be that important because we didn't even get her name across the bottom of the screen. I'm like, am I missing something? And usually, like, when they bring somebody new in, we get a little backstory. I feel like we didn't even get that. But nonetheless, this girl, she says that her life is wrapped around, her daughter, and she's revamping her life. I have no idea who she is even dating or who her baby daddy is. I just don't know. So, Shawnee, she says her speech. She does well. She gets her award. She comes to the table and tells the ladies, hey, I'm going to invite everybody to have a group conversation. We already know this is not going to go well. So the next time we see Vanessa, she was with her sister, and we learn nothing from that scene but the fact that Vanessa is absolutely crazy. And she's stupid to stick with her husband. Then we move on to Evelyn. This is what threw me off. Everybody is telling each other how they're going to meet up with Shawnee and have this big conversation. Why the hell is Evelyn calling Jennifer? That was the most random shit to me that made no fucking sense. You mean to tell me on the first episode, the one right before this one, you sat up there, had a whole conversation with your daughter about how you don't trust Jennifer. Jennifer said some crazy stuff about your daughter. All of this energy. And if I can recall, I don't even think that you said anything to Jennifer when she was at the party that Brooke just threw. But you are willing to call her and FaceTime her to invite her to meet up with Shawnee? That's fucking weird. I can't with Evelyn and Jennifer. So let's go ahead and move on because we actually see Jacille and Jen meet up. This was very random. Jennifer lets us know that she has a hair care line. Who knew? Because I definitely did not. Now, Jacille, she says that she has 2 hair salons and she plans on taking over LA. She's like, yes, I know how to do hair. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, great. I want to see more of that. Can we see her looking at locations where she might have a salon? Like, I want to know more about this girl and her relationship with the WNBA player and not these old heifers who ain't really talking about nothing. Now, in the next scene, we randomly see Evelyn call Brittany and tell her to hang out with Clayana. I'm just like, girl, you don't even have that good of a rapport with Clayana. Like, they just filming bullshit scenes, okay? Trying to fill up this episode. So, next thing you know, we actually do see Clayana. She's speaking to her cousin. And again, this scene was nothing. I'm just like, girl, they clearly did not care about you on the show. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's some behind the scenes tea that maybe some of y'all might know, but I feel like we got absolute dust from Clayana. Because it's like, girl, you just told us the same thing when you met Evelyn about how everything's about your daughter and your ex was in the NBA. What else do you have going on? But let's just go ahead and get to this damn dinner. Now, Jackie, she questions Shawnee about how she feels about the fact that her ex-husband, Shaq, went out with Brittany or whatever. And she does not care. And I'm just like, why would she care? She ain't been with Shaq in how long? Why would she care about that? But nonetheless, everybody starts to arrive. Jen, she even speaks to Jackie. And Evelyn, she decides to throw out the first question. And of course, she questions Brittany about Shaq. Now, according to Brittany, there is nothing going on. And she says that, Shaq, he always checks up on her and he's supportive. Y'all, I don't understand what Shaq is supporting and why he checking up on you. It doesn't make sense, but girl, if that's what you gonna say. So Evelyn, she feels like the timing is weird, especially when it comes to you're doing the show Basketball Wives, which we already know was created by Shawnee. How random is it that now you're out with Shaq? It's random as hell. Now here comes Jen. She's chiming in like, oh, maybe you should have gave like a heads up. Who the hell is she going to give a heads up to? Why would this random girl approach Shawnee to be like, hey, me and Shaq don't really have anything going on like that, but we friends and we're going to go out to dinner? Why would she approach her with that? Especially considering Shawnee ain't been with Shaq in over 10 years. She is a whole married woman at this point. Please make that make sense. So Vanessa shows up. Evelyn is immediately disgusted by the sight of that woman. So Vanessa, she decides to explain that she wasn't going to bring up her issue at Evelyn's event. But Evelyn was like, well, girl, when was you going to bring it up? Because you thought it would be some type of better time to have this conversation? Again, you have an issue for no reason. So Evelyn, she says that she has already talked to Amy, y'all. Already talked to her, and Amy is mortified. And she's like, listen, my child is with this woman right now as we speak. Like, you trying to stir the pot on something that doesn't need to be stirred. So, here's my thing. I absolutely understand where Evelyn is coming from in this situation. Like, girl, don't try to start nothing over here, especially when we are already getting along. We have a great co-parenting relationship. Not only do I have a great co-parenting relationship with Carl, but I also have a rapport with his baby mama. So that way we are both able to watch the kids and they have a good relationship. Please don't try to start nothing over here. Like, it's giving, you're starting shit for ratings and it's backfiring. So Evelyn, again, she don't want nothing to do with Vanessa. So Evelyn, she goes on to say how Amy is embarrassed. And Vanessa says, like, no, she's not. And Evelyn, you need to stop calling Amy. I'm sorry. Right then and there, I would have popped Vanessa. Because Vanessa has completely lost her mind. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I never thought that I would be Team Evelyn in a situation, but I am absolutely Team Evelyn. Girl, if I just told you that my kid is at this woman's house, you think I'm not going to call her? Oh, I'm definitely calling. Now, Evelyn, she's hot to the point where she is escorted out. Now, Brooke was the MVP in this episode for me. Because Brooke, she tells Vanessa that, you are missing the whole point. But Vanessa is so adamant that she needed to say something. I had to let Evelyn know how I felt. You didn't have to say a goddamn thing. So Brooke, she asks a very valid question. Did Amy tell you to do this? And she says no. Baby, when Brooke hit her with the, how do you think you can counsel somebody else's household when yours is fucked up? I said, baby, that's a word. That's a word right there. The way Brooke ate Vanessa up in that moment, I was happy for it. Because I feel like this shit is dragging on. We're over it. Vanessa, what else do you have to offer us? Because, baby, this is not working. You stirring the pot in a place where it does not need to be stirred. You all up in somebody else's business. Go take all that energy and put it into your trifling ass husband. Now, y'all, that was my review. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.